All right, No Spot Motivation, episode 13. Lucky number 13. This one is going to be called Sidewalks and Streetlights, the positives of struggle. I want to definitely address and thank everyone who reached out after my last episode on my mental health journey. It's very touching and very appreciated. I do want to just drill in a little. That was past tense. I know it was intense. It was intense for sure. I rewatched. I was like, oh, that was a little more than I was intending to sound like, but that's how my voice works. When I talk, it doesn't always sound like I have it in my head. Most of the time, actually. But that's the reality of truth, I suppose. There's a very strong component to that particular episode where it was presenting itself in the way that it planned on making this relatable, this channel, or how I'm trying to connect with people. But yeah, past tense, I'm in a great spot at this point in my life. But I think some of the stuff that's maybe stood out for some of you from that was when I was telling that story about my son. More of the emotion isn't retelling the story; it's in the actualization. And when I'm telling him that, I have to just smile and say, "Yeah, man, I'm all right." But the reality is, this is something that I never actually get better from, this bipolar, right? It's just something that's part of my life. It's managed. It's extremely managed. And my baseline is normal. It just has its moments when I'm not doing what I can do to control it. This is why discipline, routine, self-control all manifest themselves into being less there's less rumination in the regret from doing that. And there's more stability from discipline and routine. I wake up, I make my bed before I even use the bathroom in the morning. It's accomplished. One thing done. So I keep a clean house. I like cleaning. It's therapeutic. That took a while. It stops your mind for a little bit. Kind of just focus on that, or you work out some stuff, kind of like going on a drive or something. But within routine and discipline, there's no procrastination. If you're actually doing that, there can't be procrastination. There shouldn't be procrastination. I find for me, not procrastinating again assists in that not ruminating regret, which is a big part of my anxiety. Why did I do that? I could have. All I had to do was not do that. If you took one more second, you wouldn't do that. It gives me this ability to navigate that a lot easier. Got a new mic. Here's a fun one. It's not even hooked up. Cord from Amazon's delayed. But I want to get the spatial recognition of where this is going to be. And unfiltered honesty is a philosophy of the channel. So just want to let you know, it's a prop on this one. Hopefully next time I'll have a cord mailed to me efficiently, which didn't happen, but that's all right. Not the end of the world. We'll just keep doing it the same way that I've been doing it. But yeah, that was the past, right? I don't think I've ever been in a better place. I look forward to getting up. I have trouble sleeping now, not because of feeling depressed or in a bad place, because I can't wait for the next day to start. We get 86,400 seconds a day. I like to make them count. I want to make them count. There's no reason not make them count. I've wasted enough of them. So from those moments of darkness, I guess you could say, that at the time don't really seem like they're gonna ever end, what ends up happening is the darkness taken away from where there's light makes the light of the path that much brighter that I'm on, maybe that you're on. You know, those lights needed time to be repaired so they could light the sidewalk. Yeah. And even though there's been times where I've pushed the people away in my life that were trying to help and I wouldn't let them, at this point, I have the most amazing support system. I don't know if anyone has a better one, to be honest. My family, my friends, I have amazing conversations now, and we laugh. I laugh till my stomach hurts, right? Because after getting through that sludge, I mean, my closest friends haven't just stood in the rain with me. They have walked through the mud and they dragged me through the goddamn mud. Every one of them. There's a loyalty I have to them that is infinite. It's indescribable. They call me whatever. Tell me what you need me to do. Know why? Need it? Got you. Just like you got me. That's real connection. That's connection outside of a partner, maybe, which is somewhere we seem to seek most of our validation, I think. And for me, this refinding purpose is met with not identifying only as a husband and father, which I did for a decade. There was no me. I lost my sense of self among that, which part of the other struggles that I've encountered. But that's the thing. It's a wild thing. Like you just keep going. You just keep going. And you do get to dry land. And that isn't to say that it's met with perfection. There's still reminders of struggle, and there's still other struggles. There's new struggles that you're going to have to overcome. That's life. That's life. Adversity is going to present itself no matter how you do, but how you handle it, how you think about it, how you react to it is a learned behavior. It's a skill. And time is really the only way that you attain those skills. I know I've found a lot of frustration in losing time, maybe. You know, you say money is the only thing you can't buy is time. That's not true. One of these friends, one of my closest friends, mentor, unpaid consultant, financial advisor, told me about a book called Psychology of Money. Now, it's a very popular book. It's by a guy named Morgan Housel. I haven't actually read it. I've listened to it on Audible like 7 times probably. It is a life-changing book. I don't think you don't even have to have problems, so to speak, with money or anything. It's the idea that we don't put into money where it's made up, but it's real. You want to act like money's not made up? Go ahead and act like it's not made up while you climb in your box. Okay. But the takeaway I took from that is time can be bought, in the sense that the paraphrasing of the book is, in adjusting your needs and wants, money becomes what allows you the freedom of the life that you're trying to attain is. Most of the things that we're trying to get don't even matter. So within that, it recalibrated my purpose and adjusted my goals to ones that are attainable. Instead of looking in the mirror and going, God damn, how am I ever going to get there? That's daunting and that's defeating. But now they're in grasp. They're right there. There's something to keep going to. They're not an oasis. It's not just on the horizon. It's on this now well-lit path. So with that benefit, the ability to get to that is, after everything I've been through, part of that rebirth is refusing to live in fear in any capacity. And that allows me to say the things I want to say and not going, I should have said that. Not do the things that I'm like, but what if this happens? And well, that's going to happen. I'll deal with it when that happens. And probably nothing's going to happen. And even if it does, it's still benefiting the time I have on this earth. Even if that decision makes me have less time on earth. Abraham Lincoln. It's not the days in your life, it's the amount of life in your days. That's some good stuff right there. It's easy to, if your goal is to live to triple digits and you don't experience life along the way, what are you doing? Why? How is that even reasonable? If that's please, anybody who has a perspective I'm not understanding on that, I would like to know how just getting to a marriage that lasts 70 years while you're miserable and that's cool, so you can tell someone that you've been married for 70 years, or you can blow out 100 candles and your entire biography is FOMO. All right. I mean, it's your life. That's your goal. Well, it's also a very hard goal to reach. Anyway, for me, eliminating that fear makes more experience attainable. The whole point of life. My dad told me that once when I was a freshman, and after my freshman year of college, you're inundated with all this information and you're like, start really 18, 19, start getting into like, what's my purpose? What's the point of all of this? We're going to die anyway, so what are we doing? And his answer was to experience as much as you can. Along the way, I've realized that the addition to that is that's good and bad. Not just things that make you laugh, things that make you cry. No sunshine without rain. But you cram all that into whatever time you get. And if you have an option of knowing when your time's coming and laying in that bed, you won't have any regrets about it. Can't remember the name of the book right now. I'll try to mention it on the next episode. But there's a book this hospice nurse wrote. The number one regret that she's saying of hundreds and hundreds of people is that they did not do what they wanted to do with their life. And the number two was, I wish I didn't work so much and spent more time with my friends and family. Well, that's good to know. I'd like to know that before I'm one of those people doing the interview. So that's what I'm doing. And it's because of this struggle that I've endured in many capacities, which we'll elaborate on as time goes along. But for now, those streetlights are fixed. That sidewalk, I can see all the potholes and the cracks that I was tripping over maybe at one point. Hopefully yours gets lit too if it's not already. But don't take for granted the people that you have in your life that do things that aren't required. And don't meet that without action. If you recognize that, make sure you are also equivocally able and willing to be as gracious to them. Have a great night.